Good morning, viewers. My name is Duncan, and welcome to the Climate Change podcast. Today, we are delighted to host Dr. Samuel, who will be talking to us about issues of climate change and health, how climate change affects men in terms of fertility and reproduction. Dr. Samuel, you are most welcome.
Thank you.
Could you please tell us how climate change is now impacting on fertility, and is this something that really we need to worry about?
Okay, thank you so much. So just as you said, Dr. Ahen Samuel from University of Cape Coast Medical School. And just as you said, indeed, now everywhere you pass, we are hearing about climate change. And when it comes to reproductive health, yes, we've been hearing a lot, but one alarming issue that is coming up is its effect on male reproductive health, for that matter, sperm production.
Yes.
This is so because for sperm production in male is heat sensitive process as compared to the female. So this raises a bit of a concern looking at the current increase. I'm told from IPPC that yearly, because of the climate change, yearly the temperature has been increasing by 1.1 degrees Celsius yearly. And this is something of a concern because the optimal temperature for sperm production to occur is around 34 to 35 degrees Celsius. But we are having temperatures as high as 40 degrees Celsius, and men are working in such a high temperature, exposed to all these kind of heat effect. And for that matter, it is indeed an issue of topic of concern because it tells us about the future of male reproductive health. And no wonder infertility cases are rising so fast, not only from women. Initially, we thought of women as a major cause, but today, men are contributing to about 50% of the cause of infertility. And so it's an issue of big concern.
So, so when we talk about impact of heat on sperm production, shed more light. What happens and how does this heat affect the sperm production?
So the testes of males, we have two main parts: the seminiferous tubules, where the sperms are produced. And when the sperms are produced in the seminiferous tubules, they are transferred into the epididymis, the top part of the testes, where they are stored until they're ejaculated outside the body. Okay, so each process of spermatogenesis is very high, heat sensitive. Okay, so when the sperms are produced, the optimal temperature that will bring about the sperm integrity is what I just said, around 34 to 35 degrees Celsius. So when the heat is elevated, it affects sperm production in terms of its morphology. It affects that. It also affects the motility of the sperm because they are producing deformed sperms. It means that, example, sperm, because of heat sensitivity, is be produced without a tail. The question is, how can the sperm swim? Some are also produced with more than one head. So instead of one head, we have multiple. And all these things affect fertilization. Okay, so it affects the motility. And the most important aspect is the DNA integrity. We call something like DNA fragmentation. There's breaking of these DNA cells. So they don't get to its full nature, because the male has to contribute that this DNA, then the female will contribute, then there's this exchange of DNA. But because there's fragmentation in the DNA from the sperm, it now affects the female and the whole fertilization process. So the morphology, the motility, the DNA integrity, they are all affected by heat.
That's really scary because I understand there are some parts of the Middle East where we are finding now temperatures going even above 40, 38. I think that is something to worry about. So is there anything that we can do to avoid some of these consequences or challenges?
Yes, good. So it is all about trying to decrease exposure to this heat.
Yes.
Okay, the important thing is exposure. We should try as much as possible, especially men, to limit this exposure to these high temperatures because they have a long-term effect on us when it comes to, and especially our incoming youth and the young ones. It's something that we really have to. Education is very important here. We really evidence from literature is that it's a time because of the climate change for us to take in a lot of fluids, water. Water intake has also been found to cool the system down. So it's all about education, brother. It's the more we educate the people that look, this could be an effect of this high or heat. People will be conscious about what they do and the exposure. There are some people who are exposed to heat because of their work environment. Okay, they're like 24 hours or maybe half a day. They are exposed to heat, and evidence is now showing that it is an issue of concern.
Okay, I think we get it. Thank you, doctor, for this information.
Thank you so much for having me as well.